Oh my shells. Wasn't that just amazing? I mean, did you see all of the creativity, the art, the outfits, the edits? It was just crabtastic. You know what I love most about what we just experienced? Every single creation came from the heart. You could feel it, couldn't you? So much care was put into every piece. Now, before you scuttle off to create your own masterpieces, let me share a little secret with you. What you just watched is only one of 4 amazing Community Corner episodes. Can you believe it? 4 whole episodes celebrating our incredible community and your creativity. Each one is packed with different creators, different stories. You're going to need some extra popcorn to watch it all. Which, it reminds me, I could use a snack. Alright, much better now. Back to the most important topic of all. You! Whether you're already creating amazing content in Sky or you're just finding the inspiration to start, we want to help you shine brighter than a fully lit constellation. For creator resources and information, visit thatskygame.com and head over to the content library. Trust me, it's a treasure chest. And I know treasure chests. I'm practically a pirate. Wanna see? Ah! Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back to it. There, you'll find workshops to level up your skills, creator tips from the pros, gorgeous backgrounds for your projects, and all sorts of fun decorations to make your content sparkle. You can also find information about the Creator Troop, our amazing ambassador program. And speaking of elite content creators, we host tons of contests on our social pages, so be sure to follow and participate for a chance to win all sorts of prizes. And who knows, maybe we'll be watching your creation up in the screen next time. Thank you for joining me in Community Corner today and for supporting the Sky Creator community with your likes, follows, and subscribes. This is your friendly neighborhood crab signing off. Hey there, beautiful Sky children. Welcome to Developer Corner. I'm your host, Tio the Crab. And I know what you're thinking. Where did you get that cute little bow tie and suit you're wearing? Just kidding. No, you're probably thinking, what is Developer Corner all about? And it's really pretty simple. Making games? Not so simple. It's a huge job. And it takes a dedicated team of talented developers to make this game soar. That's what Developer Corner is all about. Giving you an inside look at the powerhouse team at that game company who developed the game we love and get to know the people behind the heartfelt stories, the scenery, and everything in between that you can't see. Today, the devs at the game company want to give a thank you gift to you for supporting us through all these years, the most creative and talented community ever, by pulling back the curtain and showing you how this magical world gets made, straight from the people who make it. First up, our Making of Sky video series. You're gonna see concept art from early days and hear how Sky transformed into what it is today. And if you think you know a lot about the history of Sky, we're going to put that to test. That's right, we've also got Sky Trivia and it's tough. We are talking 6 years of Sky history here, people. Here's my favorite part though. You're getting special messages from the developers. But with a twist, they're sharing them from their favorite chill spots in Sky. That's right, they're Sky kids just like you. They have their favorite spots to relax and favorite outfits to wear that make them feel their best. They probably even have that one spot where they go to hide from deadlines. But shh, don't tell their bosses I said that. Whether you want to learn about the process of making Sky, test your Sky knowledge, or just relax and feel that warm, fuzzy connection to our incredible team, for the next 30 minutes, sit back, maybe grab some water or tea, and let's dive into Developer Corner.
when we were designing the early stages of Isle of Dawn, we played a lot around with water imagery as well as the separation between two worlds, almost kind of like the in-between state of, birth and rebirth. I really love the imagery of these high skyscrapers as it was peeking through the clouds in the sky. Some of these obviously never made it into a game, but I just still really enjoyed the kind of collision between the human world and the sky world.
We were thinking about an isle to start the level in. This was a concept for the isle, the first level, and then that level got iterated literally hundreds of times to a level that eventually becomes a prairie butterfly field. I grew up in Ecuador, in the city of Quito, which is located in high altitude. We're close to the sky, and the color of the sky is really deep blue, and the grassy field there is very soft and round. As I was iterating on the sketch of this isle, I always had thought of this memory of the open grassy field. This is near Quito. The weather was a bit cloudy, but you do get very clear blue sky most of the time. I didn't directly reference it, but now that I got this photo, it does remind me of that sketch I did of the prairie island.
Early on, you explored many different creatures. It's almost like dinosaur-looking creatures. Some of the sketches and paintings are so different from the game is now.
These are very early sketches of the creatures. They've always been inspired by the aquatic creatures because we love the way all these aquatic creatures gracefully swim in the water. And we wanted the flight experience in the game to feel as graceful and smooth to preserve the elegant, dreamy quality in the way things fly in our game. I've always been a fan of clouds in real life, and I have been taking lots of pictures of clouds as a hobby.
Something like this is very interesting to me because it's a little bit non-realistic, but somehow my brain says this is possible.
This was one of the crazier phase of concept where we thought, what if the world above cloud had the deep sea theme? Clouds were forming to look like coral reefs. This is the beginning of how we considered forest. I do want levels where you get to be inside clouds more. When you're out in the sky, you tend to fly by yourself. We ended up relying more on the ground because the ground is where people get together. But it will be nice if we can introduce more levels that are in the clouds, but still encouraging people to be together.
Some of the ancestors and elders were actually concepted as animals or beasts first.
The original idea was some sort of guardians that presented challenges to the players before they could move on to the next level. These are what eventually becomes Elder of Prairie. Back then the motif was a whale. The Isle Elder was inspired by the vulture. This evolved into the Lynx, the Forest Elder. We wanted a moment where we had an NPC that will distract you from your path. Back then, mobile devices weren't as powerful. Creatures with different anatomy means we need to model and animate them separately, and try to make quadruped creatures to work was costly. So I had to imagine another version where animals are statues, more of a symbolism, but the characters themselves are human form and human scale.
One of the things that's unique about Sky is that we really see the player to be almost like these archaeologists, if you will. We create these game environments and game worlds and locations where they kind of explore through. Back then we were testing touch control. We tried to design ruins where you can touch and spin to solve puzzles.
We don't really explain what the world is through the game. We have no dialogue or even we don't talk about it.
We really invite the players to piece together the hints and clues, connect the dots, really ask themselves who were the people that lived here, what were the civilizations, why doesn't this civilization in the Sky Kingdom exist anymore?
The whole concept of Sky is returning to childhood. So it's all about becoming a child again, but we didn't know what's the right child. We also wanted to make a character that represents a game about flight. We specifically avoided using real wing because as soon as you see a wing on a child, you start to associate the character with an angel, someone who's beyond human. You're not as vulnerable. The simplest way is make a relatable human child. The issue was that we also wanted to make it a multiplayer game. So we duplicate the same human child and it starts to look like a clone field. Eventually, we made a child with a poncho. When you open your arms, the poncho kind of resembled a wing.
We would listen to a lot of the audio design and the composition, feel inspired to develop story ideas around that, new pieces of concept and art. Then that would also feed back into the audio team, and they would then obviously craft the next piece of music or the next piece of audio. It's not a common thing to have a lead sound designer work with the art team and the story team at the beginning. Usually they're brought on at the end to craft the soundscape. That kind of fed into the development of the world.
When I draft ambience audio for a 3D space in the game, I have an image of blocks building up in my mind like this. I check detailed objects, then build up small pieces of audio to compose audioscape. Every time raindrop hits on the ground, hits on the water surface, the sound effect is different. As player moves around or camera moves around, the sound mixing or balance will change dynamically in real time. Even in the same level, what you are hearing and what your friend standing over there hear is different. I really love 3D located audio.
Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling all the feels right now. That artistry had me wishing I could jump right into the sunset and start my vacation earlier. But on a more serious note, what an amazing thing to see all the work that goes into making Sky and the devs at TGC who bring it all to life. From the programmers who make sure you don't fall through the clouds, to the sound designers who make every candle lighting sound pure magic. And I mean, shout out to the community team who listens to your feedback about needing more crab content, and here we are. There are so many Sky heroes working behind the scenes to make sure Sky is as fun and meaningful to you as it is making it. So here's what I need from you. Show them some love. Come back and check out another episode of Dev Corner. We've got 4 unique episodes you can catch right here in the Sky Cinema. And that's like 4 times more crab content than you expected when you woke up this morning. Lucky, lucky you. Okay, focus too, focus. I have some exciting news. Did you know we are hosting a one-time only screening of Sky the Two Embers Part 1, all 4 chapters back to back? It's true, we are! Picture this. A huge screen under the stars, all of us gathered together as one big happy Sky family. It's all happening right after the Creator Awards on August 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific. After the live broadcast ends, the screening begins. You won't want to miss this moment. There's nothing like experiencing the magic of Sky together. Remember the first time you held hands and flew side by side with another Sky kid? That's going to be just like that, but for your eyeballs. So now that I've spilled all of the beans, thank you for joining me today. You are the most incredible.